Hello everyone, my name is Abhishek Sankhe. I am student of a SAS Institute of a Management Studies. I am presenting the PPT of a types of a markets. Classification of a types of a market structure, perfect competition, monopolistic competition, oligopoly, monopoly. The first is a perfect competition. Perfect competition is a market structure characteristic by a complete absence or rivalry among the individual firms. A perfectly competition firm is a one whose output is so small in a relation to market volume that its output decision have no perspectively impact on price. No single producer or consumer can have control over the price or a quantity of the product. The characteristic of a perfect competition. Large market. A large population of a buyers and seller is present in the market. Seller are unorganized, small or medium enterprises owned by individual. Homogeneous market. Firms sell identical product with the similar features and pricing. Hence, the buyers cannot differentiate between available product based on features and generally has no preference to select particular product or seller over other. The third is freedom enter or exit the market. In a perfect competition, the startup and production costs are very low and the demand for a product is high. Thus, entry into the market is easy. However, suppose some enterprises incur losses and survival in the market become difficult due to heavy competition. In that case, it is free to exit. The fourth is lower restriction and obligation from government. For seller, governmental barriers are lesser. Sellers are allowed to sell their products in the market freely. The fifth, perfect information availability. Seller have full market knowledge like required cost, technological requirement, marketing tactical and supply level as per demand in the market. The advantages. Perfect competition market are theoretically ideal market structure. Perfectly competition market structure are consumer oriented. It is said that the consumer is the king in such a market situation. The product feature, quantity and rate remain similar everywhere for a perfectly competitive product. Example, agriculture. In this market, products are very similar. Carrot, potatoes, and grain are all generic, with the many farmer producing them. As the product is homogeneous, it is easy to buy some land and farm it. Additionally, it is also easy to leave the market too. So the market has key sign of a perfect competition. The second, foreign exchange market. In this market, trader exchange currencies as there is the only one US dollar, one grade British pound and one euro. The product is homogeneous. Additionally, there are many sellers and buyers in the market. The second is a monopolistic competition. The concept of a monopolistic competition was developed by Edward Chamberlain. It has a both the element like many small seller and many small buyer. There is a product differentiation. Therefore, close substitute are available and at the same time. It is easy to enter and easy to exit from the market. Therefore, it is possible to incur loss in the market. The characteristic first is many buyers and seller. Similar to perfect competition, there are many buyers and seller in the market. However, there are fewer in a monopolistic competition. The second is a slightly differentiated product. Firms that operate in a monopolistic market have a very similar product but are slightly differentiated to add value over the competition. The third is a low barrier to entry and exit. New entrants are easily able to enter as there are known or very significant barriers to entry. The potential supernormal profits in the short term. Monopolistic firms can make subnormal profits if they can benefit from a gap in the market. Looking at the clothing, for example, one company may create a new design that has never been done before. It is goes down a hit with the customers. The firm benefit from high level of a demand. Non-price competition. The market offers slightly different product, so business complete the product service quantity. Graph. Graph. Pricing under monopolistic competition with profit. Graph. Pricing under monopolistic competition with a loss. Example: fast food company. The fast food company like the McDonald's and Burger King who sell the burger in the market are the most common type of a example of a monopolistic competition. The second is a hairdresser. The service provided by the hairdresser in the market provided one of the most famous type of the example of a monopolistic competition. The third is a restaurant. One can see that there are many restaurants in any city and each one of them compete on the quality of a food and price of the product offered in the market. Oligopoly. This is the market consisting of a few firms, relatively large firms, each with a substitutional shape of the market and all recognize their interdependence. It is a common form of a market structure. The products may be identical or differentiated. The price determination and profit maximization is based on how the competition will respond to price or output charge. The characteristic of a oligopoly. The first is few firms. Under oligopoly, there are few large firms. Author exact number of a firm is undefined. Also, there is a service competition since each firm produces a significant portion of the total output. Barriers to entry. Under oligopoly, a firm can earn supernormal profit in the long run as there are barriers to entry likely patience, license, control over critical raw material, etc. The third is a natural nature of the products. Under oligopoly, the products of the firm are either homogeneous or differentiated. Selling cost. Since firms try to avoid price competition and there is a huge interdependence among firms, selling costs are highly important for a competing against rival firms for a larger market share. No unique pattern of a pricing behavior. Under oligopoly, firms want to act independently and earn maximum profit on one hand and cooperate with rival to revolve uncertainty on the other hand. Depending on their motive, situation in real life can vary, making predicting the pattern of a pricing behavior among the firm impossibly. The firm can compete or cloud with other firms, which can lead to different pricing situations. Advantages. high profit, simple choice, competitive price, better information and goods. Example of a oligopoly. Technology industry. The computer technology sector shows us the best example of a oligopoly. If we dig under computer operating software, two prominent names come up: Apple and Windows. These two players have managed the majority of the market share. Media industry. Let us take the media sector in the US, where 5 6 players are capturing almost 90% of the sector. At the same time, a 10% share is being captured by the other small players who command the chunk of a viewership. Automobile industry. The automobile sector in the United States shows a unique example of a oligopoly. The tragedy of a Ford, Chevrolet, and GM has come into the limelight because of a technological excellence. Monopoly. Mono means single. Poly means seller, and hence monopoly is a market structure where only one sells the goods and many buyers buy the same. Monopoly lies at the opposite extreme from perfect competition on. The market structure continuum. A firm produces the entire supply of a particular goods or service that has no choice substitute. Characteristic: single seller. A single seller has total control over the production and selling of a specific offering. This is also mean that the seller has no competition and hold the entire market share of the offering that it deals in. No close substitute. The monopolistic produces a product or a service that has no similar or close substitute. Barriers to entry. In a monopoly market structure, new firm cannot enter the entry due to barriers like government regulation, contractor, price maker. A monopolistic has the power to charge any price for its product or service. Example like railways. The government provide public service like the railways. Hence, they are a monopoly because new partners or a private health companies are not allowed to run railways. The second, Microsoft. Microsoft is a computer and software manufacturing company. It holds more than 75% market share and it's teach spec market leader and virtual monopolist. Third is Google. Google has become a household name, and whenever we don't know any answer, probably going in the is the answer. Googling is the answer. The biggest web searcher with the secret algorithm control more than 70% market share. Patents. Patents provide a legal monopoly to a company elevate for a short period. When the patent is in a force, no other company can use their invent- invention for its purpose. A casino in Genting Highland, Malaysia, held in exclusive patent for a legalized casino, and it is enjoyed the legal monopoly for years in Malaysia. The PPT is a finish of a types of a markets. Thank you.